What is up, wrestling figure family? It is WFE Wrestling Figure Entertainment here with a new video for you guys. So today we have your Elimination Chamber 2021 review for you guys. As you know, last night was the Elimination Chamber match, and we're going to see if I liked it, if I didn't like it, how it went, new champs maybe, I don't know, Brad, let's see. So the first match was a Fatal 4-Way match between I think John Morrison, Elias, Mustafa Ali, and one other person, I don't know. And this match was to determine who was going to take Keith Lee's place in the Triple Threat U.S. title match later in the night, because Keith Lee had an injury or something, I'm not sure. But all I know is he couldn't show up, and John Morrison won. Pretty cool to see, I guess. I mean, it didn't make sense, because he's on SmackDown, I'm pretty sure, and he was fighting for a Raw title, so, yeah, I didn't think he was going to win, but let's see, he may have won, just keep watching. Or, he may have won the U.S. Championship. He won the Fatal 4-Way, but, yeah. So, next is the SmackDown Elimination Chamber match, and I wasn't, I mean, it was a good match, but I wasn't looking forward to it too much because the winner was going to face Roman Reigns later in the night for the Universal Championship, and I think we all knew that Roman was going to retain because he's Roman Reigns, Brad. He's an absolute beast. I mean, he is on a roll, and I love it. Whoops, there goes something. This is the best Roman we've ever seen in his career. Honestly, he could carry that title for years, and I wouldn't have a problem with it. It fits him very well. And just, Roman is awesome. But, anyways, it was a very solid match. I guess I was hoping for Cesaro to win. Everybody pretty much was, because Cesaro's had a big push that he's deserved for a very long time. He's been being pushed on SmackDown, more TV time, more wins. Just, Cesaro is honestly one of the best professional wrestlers in the world at this moment, I think. And he has so much potential that he hasn't lived up to because WWE and Vince McMahon just will not book him the way that we want him to. He hasn't had a big push in a very long time. And just, I mean, yeah, I just hope that this didn't kill his momentum and they stop pushing him. I really hope that he still gets pushed. And, well, anyways, we had Kevin Owens in that match. We had Jey Uso. We had Sami Zayn. We had Baron Corbin, Cesaro, and Daniel Bryan came out victorious, which I don't have a horrible problem with. It's just that, I guess it's not a huge problem that Cesaro lost, or because if he won, he was still going to lose the Universal Championship match. Just, yeah. But yeah, Daniel Bryan won, and yeah, then the next match. Well, right after Daniel Bryan won, Roman Reigns came out, and then the match was happening. It was pretty quick. I don't think we expected it to happen right after he won, but yeah, it happened right there, and as we expected, Roman squashed him. However, when Roman went for the first spear, Bryan did reverse it into the yes lock, I think, and yeah, but either way, Daniel Bryan lost, and Roman, it's not upsetting, because I love Roman. He's a beast. I forgot to add this in the original recording. So after Roman beat Daniel Bryan, Edge came out and speared Roman. Like I just speared my camera. And pointed at the WrestleMania sign. Point to the imaginary WrestleMania sign up there. Confirming Roman Reigns versus Edge for WrestleMania for the Universal Championship match. This is going to be insane. I know it's going to be an amazing match, and I don't know who I want to win. I don't know who's going to win. Very difficult to... I'm bleeding, Brad. I don't know what I did. My knee is bleeding. I don't know what I did. What did I do? I don't know. This is, that's unfortunate, but I'm going to keep going with the review. But, yeah, I have no clue. I really want Reigns to win, because defeating Edge would really put him at the top. But then I don't want Edge to lose, because he's Edge, he's returned, and he deserves this. This is the equivalent to the World Heavyweight Championship, which he had to retire in 2011. Because, excuse me, which he had to forfeit because he had to retire in 2011. Now, this would be cool. This is some fantasy booking for you. At WrestleMania, Edge does beat, let's just say Edge does beat Roman. Spear, 1, 2, 3. Edge wins. Next night on Raw, throws the Universal Championship in the garbage and brings back the big gold. How amazing would that be? I would love to see the big gold World Heavyweight Championship come back. Because, I guess Universal Championship is okay, but just the big gold was awesome. Big gold Heavyweight Championship was awesome. This was not relevant to me until Roman became champion. He's made it relevant. But still, I'd like to see the big gold back. So, next we had the women's tag team match. Bianca Belair and Sasha and Mrs. Boss Time, Sasha Banks, against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. It was pretty predictable to me. Yeah, Nia Jax and Shayna retaining. Just didn't really care about the match at all. Just, yeah. Next was a little segment between The Miz and MVP, the leader of the Hurt Business. Just very short. But yeah, that will tie into later tonight, maybe. So next and last, we had the Raw Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship. And, well, I wanted Drew to retain, and he did. And he did retain. And this was a pretty solid match. I was expecting The Fiend to come in and take Randy Orton out, but that didn't happen. Randy Orton got eliminated by Kofi Kingston very early on in the match. And, yeah, it was very surprising, but, yeah, that didn't happen. I was expecting The Fiend to come back, and, I guess, yeah, it might be a little too early to bring back The Fiend, but, yeah, maybe something at Fastlane will happen. I don't know, Brad. But, yeah, Randy Orton got taken out. Then, I believe, Kofi got taken out. And then, let's see, who else was in this chamber? And then, yeah, and then Hardy. And then, Sheamus. I was not expecting Sheamus to, come out right here. But, yeah, AJ Styles got Sheamus out. And the final two were Drew McIntyre and AJ Styles. I was not expecting this. But what I was expecting was Drew McIntyre to win the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber match. And, that was happy. That made me happy. Then, Bobby Lashley came out. And, we had seen a little segment of him and The Miz talking earlier in the pay-per-view right before this match, and I thought, this was going to be the first step in Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Imagine how amazing that could have been. And have Bobby Lashley win. That is the only way I can see the championship getting off of McIntyre and making me happy. That's the only way I would be happy with that happening. And, he's beating him up, and I was expecting, him to stop at some point, have McIntyre just laying on the ground, and him point at the WrestleMania sign. That didn't happen. Because, what do you know? The Miz comes out. And yes, this is an old Miz from Jax from his very first look, which was nothing like what he looks like today, but whatever. The Miz comes out and cashes in his Money in the Bank contract and wins. That upset me a lot. Now, I like The Miz. I just don't want to see him as champion again. I mean, I don't mind. Okay, yeah, maybe I'm okay with seeing him champion again, but not taking it off of Drew McIntyre. I'm happy with all. Okay, not anymore. But I was happy with everybody who was holding a championship. For the most part, Drew McIntyre, WWE champion. I loved it, and I wanted him to keep being champion for a while because he's on an absolute roll. He's becoming an absolute beast, and honestly, I think he's like the equivalent of Stone Cold Steve Austin to this generation of wrestling. Now, before I start getting people yelling at me, no, I'm not saying he's as good as Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's nowhere near as good. But he's the equivalent of Stone Cold to this generation of wrestling to me. This championship run has saved his career. He went from being an absolute nobody, a jobber, to being one of the top stars, one of the top 2 or 3 stars in the company right now. And, it worked. It worked for McIntyre. And it really upset me that he lost tonight. But I think that, I just hope that this doesn't, completely destroy McIntyre and WWE does nothing with McIntyre now. Because, I want him to remain relevant. Like I said, he is the Stone Cold of this generation, and I hope he can prove more so that he is, because he can be a legend. He could be a legend. I really enjoy McIntyre. And, Roman Reigns, I think he's the Rock of this generation. I also see AJ Styles up there, and The Fiend, and whatever, and okay, the way I would book this going forward, Fastlane, Drew McIntyre versus Miz. Miz loses, making Elimination Chamber thing pointless, which it would still kind of bother me even more, but then, from then on, book it for Lashley versus McIntyre for the WWE Championship at Mania. Then again, you could do Miz versus Lashley, but that wouldn't be as good of a match as McIntyre versus Lashley. And it would, I don't know, I'm not happy with the pay-per-view. Overall, I did not like it. It's I'm gonna give it 6 out of 10. Just the matches were good, but the only one I enjoyed the outcome of was the bad match of the night. It was entertaining but disappointing overall. It's really upsetting. Just why? Miz didn't need another championship reign. He was perfect where he was. He's already made a name for himself. He's the Miz. He's a good wrestler. He didn't need this. He did not need this victory. It should have been Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania. Thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to slap like and... Hold on, Brad. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to slap like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at WFE Wrestling Figure Entertainer. Smash that follow button like I'm smashing the Miz. Thank you.